Young Sheldon makes Penny and Sheldon's TBTS1 dynamic secretly sad. Hello everyone, my name is Alana. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like. Up, there are Young Sheldon Season 6 spoilers ahead. Young Sheldon has always revolved around the twin dynamic between Sheldon and Missy, but it also brought to light a parallel that makes the dynamic between Sheldon and Penny in Season 1 of The Big Bang Theory even more depressing. Young Sheldon frequently mentioned how the Cooper family ignored Missy's, Reagan-revered, needs and feelings because Sheldon, Ian Armitage, required more care. However, Missy consistently managed to resolve her issues on her own, demonstrating her emotional intelligence, maturity, and all the unique qualities that set her apart from the rest of her family. Young Sheldon emphasized the parallels between TBT's Penny and Young Sheldon's Missy, even though The Big Bang Theory Season 1 Episode 15 merely alluded to Penny's support for Missy, the strange Cooper sibling, and their potential friendship had Missy been more prevalent in TBD. Both Penny and Missy were underappreciated as well-rounded people, and their contemporaries frequently disregarded their humor in favor of focusing more on their attractiveness. Their connection with Sheldon was impacted by their shared characteristics, though, as young Sheldon was able to provide insight into his and Missy's dynamic, which in turn affected how Sheldon interacted with Penny during Season 1 of The Big Bang Theory. See also, The Big Bang Theory finale describes why there was never a spin-off sequel. Young Sheldon Season 6 also demonstrated how Sheldon's impolite actions toward Penny in The Big Bang Theory Season 1 matched his relationship with Missy, even if the similarities between Penny and Missy only grow as the TBT prequel spin-off progresses. TBT's prequel provided a deeper examination of Sheldon and Missy's relationship, whereas young Sheldon's Missy clarified why Sheldon put up with Penny. Despite their closeness, Sheldon and Missy had a tendency to treat each other bluntly and show concern for one another. In Young Sheldon Season 6, this was particularly clear when Sheldon recommended that Missy preserve her eggs in order to eventually produce a Sheldon 2.0. Sheldon and Penny's chemistry is made more depressing when young Sheldon reveals that Sheldon brutally communicates his worries for those he cares about. In fact, Sheldon's bluntness and lack of social skills has always been the main attraction and source of comedic relief on The Big Bang Theory. Even while it was unacceptable, treating Penny rudely in TBT Season 1 would also show that Sheldon thought Penny and young Sheldon's Missy were comparable. This would make Sheldon's actions a result of the fact that he only knew how to communicate his concerns to someone he saw in circumstances comparable to his twin sister, as he did around Missy. This would make Sheldon's relationship with Penny more depressing, because it would indicate that he understood Penny's difficulties. The Season 11 finale of The Big Bang Theory revealed Missy's tragic demise, which included her separation from her husband, as well as Mary's exaggerated celebration of Missy's pregnancy separation and refusal to make amends. Young Sheldon's narration went into more detail about Missy's future than that, stating that she was happy after being married again. Missy is a crucial component of young Sheldon. However, her character was underutilized in Season 5, when young Sheldon merely revealed her marital status and the fact that she had further children. Howard's Young Sheldon Season 5 appearance on TBT has already demonstrated that, without deviating too much from the main plot of the original series, a prequel spin-off can update the stories of its characters. Future Missy's opinions, perhaps in the form of a cameo, would provide further context for her experiences and give her character the respect she merits. Hopefully, young Sheldon will provide more information about Missy's future on The Big Bang Theory, either in the form of a cameo or more perceptive theory insight. Debuted in 2007. One of its most endearing and unexpected dynamics was the friendship between Sheldon Cooper, the socially awkward genius, and Penny, the vivacious, street-smart aspiring actress. Their interactions were often comedic gold, with Sheldon's rigid logic clashing hilariously with Penny's emotional intelligence. However, as the prequel series Young Sheldon delves deeper into Sheldon's upbringing, it casts a bittersweet light on his bond with Penny in TBT Season 1, making their dynamic far sadder than it initially seemed. Here's how Young Sheldon retroactively transforms what was once purely comedic into something quietly poignant. In The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon often professes his disdain for human interaction and emotional vulnerability. His frequent quips about the irrationality of feelings seem to suggest he has no desire or capacity for meaningful personal connections. But Young Sheldon reveals a different story. Young Sheldon wasn't born emotionally distant. His aloofness developed as a defense mechanism. Season after season, Young Sheldon depicts a boy struggling to fit into a world that doesn't understand him. From bullying at school to feeling alienated within his own family, Young Sheldon grows up lonely, retreating into his intellect as a form of protection. These experiences make his eventual friendship with Penny deeply ironic and quietly sad. When Penny enters Sheldon's life in TBD, she brings warmth and connection into his otherwise isolated existence. However, knowing Sheldon's past, her kindness feels less like a quirky opposites attract friendship and more like a balm for wounds he's carried since childhood. One of the most heartwarming aspects of Young Sheldon is the bond between Sheldon and his twin sister, Missy. While Missy often teases Sheldon, her love and protective instincts shine through in critical moments. She acts as Sheldon's bridge to the normal world, helping him navigate social situations he doesn't understand. In The Big Bang Theory, Penny takes on a remarkably similar role. She becomes the one person who challenges Sheldon's rigid worldview while showing him unconditional acceptance. This parallel makes their relationship even more meaningful, but also heartbreaking. By the time Sheldon meets Penny, he's spent years without Missy's grounding presence in his daily life. The prequel reminds us that Penny isn't just his quirky neighbor. She's filling a void left by the sibling who once helped Sheldon feel less alone. This realization transforms their playful banter into something far more emotionally charged. Many of Sheldon and Penny's funniest moments in TBD stem from their wildly different worldviews. Sheldon's obsession with precision and routine often collides with Penny's carefree spontaneity, creating countless comedic scenarios. But Young Sheldon adds a layer of sadness to this dynamic by showing how Sheldon's rigidity is rooted in his childhood struggles. As a young boy, Sheldon relied on strict routines and unyielding logic to make sense of a chaotic world that often rejected him. His adherence to rules wasn't just a quirk, it was a survival strategy. When Penny disrupts his routines in TBDT, whether by sitting in his spot or dragging him to a party, it's easy to laugh at Sheldon's exaggerated reactions. But understanding his past makes these moments feel bittersweet. Penny isn't just challenging Sheldon's quirks. She's unknowingly pushing against the coping mechanisms he developed to shield himself from pain. One of the most touching arcs in The Big Bang Theory is Sheldon's gradual emotional growth, much of which is influenced by Penny. From teaching him basic social etiquette to helping him navigate his first crush, Penny plays a crucial role in Sheldon's journey toward becoming a more empathetic person. Young Sheldon makes this growth even more poignant by highlighting just how far Sheldon has come. As a child, he struggled to form connections, often alienating those around him with his intellect and blunt honesty. By the time he befriends Penny, he's still socially awkward, but far more willing to let someone into his life. This evolution underscores the tragedy of their dynamic. Penny sees Sheldon as a project of sorts, a socially stunted man-child she can help, but viewers of Young Sheldon know that her influence goes much deeper. Penny is helping Sheldon heal wounds that have been festering since his childhood, even if she
TBT
is primarily a comedy. Young Sheldon often ventures into dramatic territory, exploring themes of loneliness, family tension, and unfulfilled potential. These themes retroactively add weight to many of Sheldon's interactions with Penny. For instance, in Season 1 of TBD, Sheldon frequently mocks Penny's lack of academic achievements. On the surface, these moments are played for laughs, showcasing the stark contrast between their intellectual abilities. But young Sheldon reveals how much Sheldon's own insecurities fuel his need to feel superior. Sheldon's condescension toward Penny isn't just a comedic gag. It's a defense mechanism rooted in years of feeling misunderstood and undervalued. Penny's patience and refusal to take his insults personally make their friendship even more touching and tragic. Ultimately, young Sheldon transforms the Sheldon and Penny dynamic from a simple odd couple friendship into something far more nuanced. By shedding light on Sheldon's troubled past, the prequel series reframes his relationship with Penny as a story of healing and redemption. While their interactions in TBT remain as funny as ever, they now carry an undercurrent of sadness. Penny isn't just Sheldon's quirky neighbor. She's a reminder of the connections he longed for as a child, but rarely found. And in her, Sheldon finally discovers the acceptance and understanding he's been seeking his entire life. This newfound perspective doesn't diminish the humor of their relationship, it enhances it. Every joke, argument, and heartfelt moment between Sheldon and Penny is now tinged with the knowledge of where Sheldon came from and how far he's come. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.